your dad being Jackie Slater, greatest right tackle of all time, Hall of Famer. How often did you talk to your dad during the season, about football, or did you? How often was that?
A lot, honestly. And I think when him and I would talk, it would be more, how you feeling physically, where you at mentally, kind of state of the team. Like, we never really talked too much about how I was playing. He'd ask me about plays and certain things like that. But the first thing, every game I'd call him on the way home, the first thing that he would say, I thought the O-line did this. I saw this. He watched our line with an eagle eye for 16 years. I mean, he could tell you, in the third quarter, it was 3rd and 5, this happened with Marcus Cannon, or Sebastian Vollmer did this. Like, he just loves interior play. I mean, that's who he is. He'll tell you a good big man's always better than a good little man, and he just loves that part of the game. So we always connected on that. We were always talking about our line and the way that they were playing throughout the season. We enjoyed those conversations.
Now, how old were you when your dad retired?
So I was in 5th grade. So I was about 10, 11 years old when my dad retired. We moved to St. Louis for his last year.
Yeah.
My mom did not want to go. She was like, "Can you just retire?" And he's like, "I got to get 20. I got to go try to get 20." So we moved to St. Louis. We were there for 8 months. And he played in one game. He was on PUP. He had ruptured his tricep, and he retore it in rehab. And they were like, "Hey, we'll just get you out there for one game, get you that 20th year." So they mummied his arm up. He got out there, and we were in and out of St. Louis pretty quick. So
how was it? Being? Did you go to all the practices and had to be pretty cool seeing Eric Dickerson?
It was a crazy experience for me as a young person, like growing up around the game, and the love that I had for the game came from my dad, but. Just to be in the locker room, to be at the practice facility, to see him training, to have his teammates come up and, start talking to me. Isaac Bruce was a guy that I really loved. He played with my dad towards the end of my dad's career, but even after my dad retired, I'd go back and watch him and Torrey running routes, and, oh, man, it was just such a neat experience to grow up around the game.
Yeah.
So,
I remember – I got to know Jack. I used to call him Big Black Jack.
Yes, you did.
BBG. I never do his face.
No, just to me. We would laugh about that.
And I'd be like, and one time we had our eggnog time, and I was on IR, and Slate went up to sleep. Me and old Jack sat back down. We saw that crown. We, on IR, I was like, "Yo, Mr. Slater, you want?" We took a little crown. We sit in there. After about 2 or 3 drinks, I got Jackie in there showing me his pass sets against LT. He's over here. I used to give this to LT. It was the coolest experience.
Oh, man, I remember that.
Because my dad loved the Rams growing up. So he always talked, and my dad always talked about, getting to hang out with your dad at the Super Bowls. Yeah. It was always so fun.
It was special for our families. It really was.
What was Dad feeling at this game?
He was giving the most political answer all week. Either way it goes, I'm in a win-win situation. And I'm like, how can you say that? And he goes, I gotta kind of. They flew down there on the Rams plane. Oh, they flew down there on the Rams plane. They flew, he's working for the Rams all year doing media stuff. So I think he was trying to toe the line. Like, he didn't want to rock the boat with the Rams, which I respect. I mean, look, the Rams provided for my education growing up. So I got love for the Rams, but come on, Pop. You gotta draw a hard line in the sand.
It's family.
You get family. He was down on the field. He had the hats. He was celebrating.
All right, just making
and then he had to fly back on the plane. I don't want to compromise him right now, but he had to fly back on the plane, and so he had to act real sad the next day, getting up, getting back on the plane. But
come on,
do you think had the Rams won, he would have showed up to the Rams party?
Oh, he'd have been in there. Been dancing around, dapping up. He'd have been dapping up Aaron Donald the whole game. Oh, that was weird. That was really weird for our family. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my dad at this point had a 40-year relationship with the Rams, so it was a strange situation for sure.
He doesn't strike me as a split jersey guy either, like the moms that wear the half.
Oh no, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. He ain't doing that.
Oh man.